Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell. Get all the updates. Really excited for today's beer. It's a local beer, so definitely, again, trying to support local while drinking some stuff I already have. But this is actually a brewery that I have not had anything from, so this will be the first thing I've had from them at all, ever. I reached out to them because I didn't remember when they opened. I thought it was a little bit more recent, but this just shows how much I suck at apparently going out into public and going to places. They've been open since September of 2019. It's currently the end of May 2020. So shame on me that this is the first time I'm having their stuff. People around me, seem to really like this brewery. Definitely hearing good things, and a few different people were like, "Hey, you should check them out." I'm like, "All right, fine, all right." Twisting my arm. You're right. I need to go. So I went to. They had two crowlers, two different ones. I got one of each, and they're doing it, as contactless as possible, right? So it was like you're in your car, you go up, tell them what you want. They come, you drive up a little bit further. They got, on a stick, even one of those devices you put your card in to pay, give you your beer, and then you get out. So yeah, it was super smooth. Very happy with that. But yeah, really cool. It's Fidens. I might be mispronouncing it. My GPS said it some other way. It's only 15 minutes from my house. But yeah, I put in the GPS because I didn't know exactly where it was. And I'm thinking it's pronounced Fidens, but they definitely said something. The GPS said something different. The beer is called Dunndidit. It's an IPA, and it's 7.4% ABV. And yeah, according to the date I bought it, and that's written on the side, it's 2 days old. I don't know when they filled the crowlers and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, let's get into it. Enough rambling. Build up nice and full like I like. I'm not very good at pouring crowlers, so I'm going to assume that a mess will be had. Actually, okay, so far so good. Not too bad. So, as I clean this up a little bit, so I did look it up. It is all Citra in the Whirlpool and Mosaic in the dry hop. So two hops I quite enjoy, and added at two different times, doing two different things. So yeah, pretty excited about that. I like the design that they have. I saw the day after I got these, they also were releasing a stout with vanilla beans. So both beers I got were IPAs, but at least, since this was the week I was looking at it, they had something that was not a hoppy beer. I think they skew IPAs, but yeah, like I said, they had a vanilla stout this week. All right, excuse me. I feel like that's gone down enough. I mean, yeah, you saw I'm not very good at pouring, like I said, but I mean, definitely looks like a New England style IPA. It's pretty much spot on what I think the style would look like. There's that burnt orange in the center, a little bit yellow on the outside, somewhat sunshiny. The way the light, from what I'm seeing, what you're seeing might be a little different, but I mean, it definitely is that hazy, maybe up here, like in the center, it's, butternut squash soup. But yeah, definitely that color. Barely off-white head. Teeny tiny bubbles. They're starting to break up a little bit into like just small to medium up there a little bit. The head is sticking aside of glass, which is, very pretty. It's definitely a beautiful looking beer. Let's get to the aroma. I'm getting some citrus, which I typically get with Citra. Orange, typically, in New England style IPA, especially with Citra, I'm going to get some citrus, so I'm not surprised there. A little bit of pineapple and mango, so it's got a little bit of that tropical thing. I was thinking with that Mosaic, I was going to get a bunch of berry. I'm not getting that, at least not yet. Yeah, it smells good. I'm really excited for the taste. I obviously had a little bit already, but I want to get into a proper one. Let's get into it. Cheers. That's good. First things first, great mouthfeel. It's coating, it's soft, it's full, it's that pillowy thing that people look for in this style. And it is one of the first things I noticed. So like, and I do feel like a lot of breweries that make New England style IPAs, they don't have that, you know? So definitely something I appreciate and want in this style, and that is nailed. So well done there. It is relatively sweet. It's not cloyingly sweet, so you get that ripe fruit, not full-on syrup, but like if you started making maybe like a simple syrup, like, you know, you're supposed to do, what is it, 1 part sugar to 1 part water, right? And you boil it. You know, you get a syrup. This is 20% towards a syrup, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's that level of sweetness, but it's not full-on syrup. Long way of saying it's not overly sweet. Tell you what, it's why I just went for another swig of it. It's hard to find any bitterness in this, and it's been a while since I've had an IPA of any style where I had to kind of fight to find an element of bitterness. So it's that level of juicy, sweet. I do get the citrus, like I got in the aroma. Some of that tropical, you know, yeah, is it mango? Is it pineapple? Is it a combination of both? Jeez. All right, finally. I found a little bit of bitterness. Finally, yeah, on the front of my tongue, I did get some bitterness. So it does drink a little bit like a beer that way. Wow. You don't get any of the alcohol. Okay, yeah, now... All right. Now that I've been drinking it, you are starting to get some of that. Yeah, I'm drinking a beer, hop bitterness, like IPAs typically have. As I've said in many reviews, I want to have some bitterness in my IPAs. That being said, at first I was not like, oh man, I'm not getting any bitterness. But I will say this, as I am drinking it, I'm appreciating the experience more. It's also adding to the level of like complexity of the beer, because you are getting the sweet, fruity thing. Almost like actually a little bit of like sticky peach, which is pleasant. But anyway, so you're getting these fruits that I mentioned. Excuse me. And then I think it's pretty obvious, as I'm drinking more and more of it, that stuff is still there, but now I'm adding maybe some of what I consider more traditional IPA notes. The bitterness balancing out with the sweetness of the beer. And again, I really have to emphasize this. It is at no point overly sweet, cloyingly sweet, but it is a pretty sweet IPA, which is obviously very in fashion right now. I mean, it does drink very juicy. I'm glad it got to a point, at least for my palate, where I'm getting some, you know, bitterness and it's drinking like a beer. But yeah, I would be super proud of myself if I was brewing this. All right. And then the last thing, and I'm glad it happened, you know, it's got that mosaic. And I get, you know, berry from mosaic. And I wasn't getting a lot of that in the aroma. I shouldn't say a lot. I wasn't getting that in the aroma. I don't know if it was because I poured, like, there was too much head. But the aroma wasn't bursting to me. And I was thinking with that mosaic and the dry hop, I was going to get hit with berry. That last swig is where I finally got like, oh yeah, like there's that mosaic, or at least what I think mosaic is with the berry. A very sweet blueberry, actually. It was quite nice. Yeah, same thing happened again. Up front, it was more of that, a little bit of citrus, and then that mango pineapple combination together. Then that's probably the best sip I've had actually, because I'm getting everything, and that's why it's the best. So I get to the beginning. Towards the middle is where the bitterness washes some of that fruit away, and it's like, yep, here's your beer element of it, and then that continues, and still some of the residual from the beginning, and then you get that wash of the. I'm gonna stick with blueberry. That's good. That's really good. Yeah, I can see why people rave about these guys. Um, yeah, it's got me excited to drink the other crowler I bought. Nice. The aftertaste is nice. It's pleasant. I still have like some fruity elements dancing, but there's definitely actually a dryness, some pith, more orange specifically. You know what? I'm sorry. I kept saying citrus. I meant orange specifically. I was not getting a grapefruit, lemon, or lime. Specifically, like a navel orange. So yeah, I'm getting a little bit of that. Not quite zest, but more like the pith with a little bit of fruit in the aftertaste. So it's relatively dry. It's still long. It's the finish is long. The aftertaste is long. As I'm talking, I still have some of it. So that's definitely worth noting. But yeah, I can see why people like this beer a lot. Like I said, I'm excited for the other crowler, and yeah, definitely trying to go to different local places. The last place I went to was a distillery, so that has been taking me a while to drink that down. And then it's like, oh wait, you don't have to drink all that down. It's alcohol, like hard alcohol. I can sit. I'm starting to ramble. That's how I know it's time to wrap up. Try to support local. What have you been doing locally yourself? Are you guys, still trying to support local? Are you in a place where they can deliver to your house, where they can mail it to your house? Are you doing curbside pickup? All that, anything local, this brewery specifically, IPAs in general, whatever. Comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Check me out on Instagram and Tap. It's No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So always please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.